Hey guys, another month has passed and we have updated stats on the Charlotte market. And if you're into numbers and data, then this video is for you, and we're unpacking all of it right now. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian Taylor and I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, so new data is available, and this data covers the entire Charlotte region, including 12 counties around the Charlotte area in North Carolina and 4 counties in South Carolina. And the first thing we're going to look at today is new listings. New listings were down 8.1% from a year ago, with only 5,523 houses going on the market. And this decrease in listings once again reinforces what we've been talking about, is fewer sellers are comfortable selling their houses right now. And this is a combination of two things. Number one, some sellers still have reservations about listing due to COVID. And reason number two is the fear of sellers selling their house and having nowhere to go, or selling and having to compete in a multiple offer situation on the next house that they buy. Next is pending sales. Pending sales were up 30.3% over the last year's numbers, and this makes sense as everything that is coming on the market is selling in days, and the shortage of homes has forced people to become less picky in their choices because there simply isn't much to choose from. Following the same trend is closed sales. Closed sales were up 4.5% from last March, which naturally would be expected because of the rise in the pending sales numbers that we just discussed. And moving on, let's talk about days on the market. Days on the market decreased by a whopping 48% year over year. And this number is significant because it really showcases just how fast houses are selling. And again, these numbers are for the entire Charlotte area and in all price ranges, so it takes into account the really high priced houses that naturally take a little longer to sell, and it also takes into consideration those houses that are not in the best condition, which also take longer to sell. So my point here is that this number, in my opinion, is a little bit overstated as compared to the sweet spot of the market, meaning homes priced between $250 and $500. Looking at that segment for just a moment, the days on the market is realistically about 5 to 8 days for those properties. Next, let's talk about average list price. The average list price in March was $394,485, which is an increase of 13.4% from a year ago. And this stat right here is exactly what happens when we have a seller's market. The low inventory of houses is causing bidding wars that drive those prices up. And in a normal market, home price appreciation would typically be anywhere from 3 to 5%. And since the average list price has risen, naturally we should see the same type of increase with the average sales price. And in fact, we do. The average sales price in March rose 17.7%, netting out to $370,706. And that takes us to the percent of list price received. We've talked about this for months, and as you can see, sellers are getting above asking price in most cases, and on average, that equates to sellers getting 100.1% of what they are asking for their house. And I expect that number to go up every single month, at least for a little while, as we continue on in this crazy market. And check out this stat. The inventory of homes for sale in March was only 2,733, and that's a decrease of 70.2% from just a year ago. And the bottom line here is there simply isn't much to choose from out there, which is again why the shortage of supply is driving prices up. And finally, let's take a peek at month's supply of homes. This number has remained the same for the last month at 0.6 months, and this again means that if no other houses were to come on the market, it would take only about 18 days for everything that is currently listed to sell. And remember that a normal market is about 5 to 6 months of supply. And we are sitting here talking about just a matter of days. We have a long way to go to get back to any kind of normalcy. All right, there you go. That is the April 2021 market update. I'd love to have a conversation if you'd like to dive into these stats in more detail, or if you'd like our help and advice. Our contact information is in the description below. And for you buyers out there that are considering jumping into this market, you may want to check out this video where I talk about the 5 questions you really need to consider before making that move. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be notified when new videos are released every week. And make it a great day.